Alright, so I'm out here on the Pinchot Trail. It's in Pennsylvania, south of Scranton. It's about 23 miles, I think. I'm going to be doing it in 2 days. There's like a north loop and a south loop, so roughly kind of breaking that into the 2 days. I got a late start today, so it's already 11 something. But I should be fine. Started out 80 something degrees already, so pretty warm. But I think we're supposed to get some rain or thunderstorms maybe later on, so well, that could be frustrating. It should cool off a bit. But if we're in the shade like this, it's not that bad. So yeah, this trail is really overgrown. And I saw in the trail register, lots of people complaining about ticks, which makes sense for this region. But I just soaked all my clothes and gear and stuff in permethrin yesterday, so hopefully that keeps them off. We'll see. This trail is very rocky, very uneven so far. Makes it interesting, but you gotta watch where you step. Oh, jeez. Yep, gotta watch where you step. And then, because it's so narrow, with all these thick, like bushes, or I don't even know what all these things are, you kind of can't use trekking poles half the time. They just keep getting caught up. So, definitely interesting trail. So this is the Pinchot Trail, which is actually made up of a bunch of smaller trails. And it's not labeled as the Pinchot Trail at all. But all the orange blazes are this big loop trail. And then the little side trails are yellow blazed. So even though the signs aren't pointing you in the right direction necessarily, you just gotta follow these orange blazes. Well, just stopped for lunch. Really needed that break. That was very nice. The heat and the humidity out here are really taking it out of me. A lot more than I expected. So, it was a good chance to just sit down for, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes maybe. Get some food. I haven't eaten much all day, so that was nice. One interesting thing was there's not really a lot of places to stop and eat. That's a second little snake that I've seen and scared off the trail. Yeah, there's not a lot of places to stop and eat because there's just so much underbrush everywhere. It's actually opened up a little bit more here, but it might be closing back in. So you're just going along. You kind of have to wait for a campsite, which there's quite a few on this trail, but you know, if you want to eat now, you're eating on the trail, I guess. I don't know. So thankfully there was a campsite right back there that I was able to find right off the trail, and we're back at it. I think I got about 3 more miles to the next water source. There's only like 2 or so on this northern loop, and 1 is like a mile into the trail going this direction, so not very helpful. I'm getting kind of low on water just because it's so hot out here, but I should be fine to make it 3 more miles, and then after that is another pretty big stretch, 3 or 4 miles maybe. But once I get down to the southern loop, there's tons of water, so should be fine. All right, well, it's after 4 in the afternoon now, 4:30, something like that. I think I got about 4 more miles, 4.5 miles till camp. This is a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I am way out of shape. It's hot. Yeah. I just overestimated my abilities, I guess. But we'll make it. For a bit there, the trail was nothing but rocks. It was unbelievably painful. So thankfully, we're past that. Just walking on some, like, you know, service roads basically for a little bit. Looks like we're back into the woods now, though. So we'll keep plugging along. Alright, well, I just got to camp, got my tent set up, my chair. Didn't do a lot of filming for the last half of the day. I was pretty miserable and just really focused on not falling over and one step in front of the other. So, made it here. I think we're around 11 miles, so it should be just over halfway technically. There was supposed to be a water source about 500 feet down the trail. That is actually too dry to be useful right now, so no water. Not ideal, but there's supposed to be another one about a mile down the trail tomorrow, so hopefully that one's flowing better, and we'll be all right. Overall, this trail is really interesting. There's a lot of cool stuff, but it is really difficult. All the rocks, and there's still lots of mud, even though it's been pretty dry out. It's tough, but I've seen lots of animals today. I saw a chipmunk, a couple snakes, 2 bears, 1 cub that ran across the trail and stopped onto the trail to look at me for a little bit until I convinced him to leave. Handful of deer. I heard a whole bunch of other deer that I startled that I just never saw because of the thick everything around. A couple frogs. And a lot of ticks. So, not happy about those, but thankfully the permethrin's keeping them off me for the most part, and I can brush the rest off, so I think I'm okay. So, yeah. That was day 1. Hopefully I can survive day 2, and see you guys in the morning. Good morning. I am currently racing down the trail, trying to find some water. I think this should be about a mile, maybe, until the next spot. Hopefully that one's running. If not, there's like 3 or 4 more within another mile, so one of them should be good. Fairly early on this morning. I don't really feel any better today, but the trail doesn't care how you feel, so we're walking. I've got about 10.5 miles, I think, total today. And the trail is starting off beautiful. So I gotta find things, the positive things. Right now, it's like 70 something, 75 right now. So already starting off pretty warm, but doesn't feel too bad at the moment. Yeah, last night there was, I think it was a deer that I spooked when I rolled over, and it started doing its little like hissing, spitting thing. I don't even know what it is, but it did that for a while. It would not shut up. But other than that, nothing at all actually last night. So yeah, we're hopefully gonna finish this trail before too long today, and yeah, there won't be as much filming today because my battery's getting a little bit low, but I'll get what I can while I have the energy for it. So that's the trail. Climbing through all those rocks. A little bit more here and then it should clear up, but man, that is tough to hike through. And that is not the first one, and I'm sure it won't be the last. This has been a lot of the trail is just hiking through boulders and rocks. And, ooh, Very different. I've not experienced that before. Alright guys, I'm about to end the trail here and get onto the last little bit of road walk to get back to my car. This has been an eye-opening trip, for sure. I've recognized that I am not ready to do 10-mile days just yet, but on the positive side, I got to try out a couple pieces of gear. Those worked great. I had no gear failures, so everything else worked great as well. And the weather, aside from being hot, has been really nice. It just started raining maybe 30-45 minutes ago, which actually has been very nice. It has lowered the temperature quite a bit, so it's a lot cooler now. It's a great way to end the trip. So I'm exhausted and hungry, so I'm gonna get back to the car, go get some food, and I will see you guys for the next one, where hopefully I am better prepared and maybe in better shape. Thanks for coming along.